How's it going, everybody? If you will, from please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Uh, just here with another movie review for you. And the movie I'm going to be reviewing is Together. That's right, it's Together. Together, it's a horror film. Stars Dave Franco and Allison Brie. Now, I looked up the director. His name was Marty something, but he doesn't really have much of a filmography. I think he's did this in like one other movie that I never even heard of before. So this is the movie. This is the movie I was kind of anticipating because I saw trailers for it, and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. So it's a horror film. Together, Allison Brie, David Franco, and this is about a couple who they're basically, they're doing all this, you know they're trying to, they're trying to take this big step in their lives. They got, they really love each other. They got this house, a cabin out in the woods, or it's not to say it's a cabin out in the woods, but it's like a house like out in the woods, basically out in the middle of nowhere. You got, you know, Dave Franco or Dave Franco's wife, basically in the movie, she um she basically has like she's got a job as a teacher, and you have he's trying to become a musician. His character's trying to become a musician, like a rock star, basically. And he's been chasing his dream for a very long time. And you know, is they're not necessarily married in the movie, uh, which is kind of crazy because if y'all know Allison Brie and Dave Franco, they're married in real life. They're actual wife and husband. So so I think that's where the advantage they had with their chemistry, because their chemistry really works in this movie. So they basically go to and they're living out, and they happen to go right next to this mysterious cave that has some type of curse on it. And they kind of show this at the beginning before we actually get into our characters. So what I kind of like about this movie is this is a really unique horror film, and I'm really liking the unique horror films that we've been getting recently. Uh, you know, what was it? Late Night with the Devil. I reviewed Weapons on here. I saw Weapons, and I really like Weapons. Sinners earlier this year, or earlier last year of 2025. Now we have a movie like Together, and in a way, this is kind of like a weird, uh, strange body horror film. If you want to put it there, if you want to say body horror, we can say body horror. So they there's this basically this curse, and something happens where they get this curse on them, and uh before you know it, they can't stop they can't stop sticking together. Whoa, what's going on? They're actually coming together. So that's where we get into our premise. And again, I think it's the I think so. One thing I like about horror films like this is you get this premise where you're not really sure exactly how characters are going to get out of the situation that they're in. And I think that really ramps up the suspense, especially when you're doing a premise that you've never heard before. You do a premise that has never been done before, and there's a lot of mystery behind that premise. And I think that's where Together works to its strengths. I think again, like I said, the chemistry between Allison Brie and David Franco is really good in here, especially when there's situations in the movie that causes them to fall out because of what's going on, and they can't seem to figure out what is happening, and I think that really sells the movie. There's a lot of horror atmosphere in here. Even though despite there were some jump scares in films I can't stand, and there was a couple in here. You got the character waking up from a dream, and that jump scare. They do that a couple times in here. Uh, I really, but I think for the most part, this is just a weird, sort of mysterious type film. And again, I really do like the premise in here as well too. And there's sort of a message behind it as well too, because even when I got to the ending, I didn't really get the ending at first, and then once I kind of looked up what the ending was and kind of thought over from it, I was like, okay, that ending actually makes sense. For the grand scheme of the entire film, and I really think there's some really disgusting horror. I wouldn't say it's like disgusting because I thought the movie would at least be like disgusting or whatever. It's not that bad, but there are some really crazy visuals in here, especially when you see what's going on here. Because I don't want to say too much of the movie because I feel like I'm going to tell a lot of the movie. Rather if you just watch it, but no, this is a really good horror film, and I think if you it didn't scare me as much, but it is like it kept me in suspense the whole time, especially once you get to your twist ending and stuff like that too. So again, like I said, Dave Franco is good, Allison Brie is good, and again, they're married, so it makes sense. They're married in real life. Uh, and there's just a lot of lessons that characters learning here too. Uh, but overall, this is a really good movie with a really good ending, and I learned to appreciate the ending, like I said, more once I looked up and saw what the ending was. I was like, oh, okay, that's what it meant. Because once you go back and look at certain things too, you'll start to realize, like, oh, okay, that is there because, okay. But yeah, this is a really good one. Uh, I am going to give Together a high recommend. I'm going to go high on this one. I'm definitely going high on this one. This is, I don't know if this one was big as like Weapons or Sinners or anything like that, but I think this should go amongst those films. Like I said, it's a very unique horror film. It's very different and not very scary, but again, it does keep you in full suspense the entire time. Especially knowing once they catch the curse and how they get it, and you kind of wonder the whole time. You're like, man, how are they really going to get out of this? Like I said, this is just not forces that you could just easily get rid of. So, yeah, this is a high recommend. Definitely check this out. So that is my review for Together. As Together, and and this was well, I don't know if this was Neon. I know it said it was distributed by Neon, but I don't know if it's the same production company. I think it's another production company. but it was distributed by Neon. So I knew this wasn't an A24 film, although it looks like one. But definitely check this one out together. So if you have HBO Max, I believe that's where I watched it. It was HBO Max. So definitely check it out. That's my review for Together. And if you want to, again, like, comment, subscribe. Put your comment down in the comment section and tell me what you thought about this movie if you saw it, if you liked it or if you didn't like it. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.